after 3 years, but I had some very wonderful people that we gave
Aww.
paintings for. But then one day I had to go to New York, and I met a guy on an airplane that was the son of a British admiral. And he said, I
Wow.
want you to meet one of my friends.
Yeah.
He said, I want to take you to the Waldorf. When he took me to the Waldorf, he took me to a greasy restaurant in Brooklyn.
I bet it was delicious.
Gotta love that
People
now.
were throwing bread at one another, and I thought this guy's father was an admiral. Anyway, next
Oh my
day he
gosh.
said, I want to take you now to visit my friend. I said, okay. Well, now this time when he visited a friend, I found ourselves walking up Fifth Avenue. And he says, now you're a doctor. I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm a medical student. No, he says, you're a doctor, my friend's sick. So he ushered me in this place, and there at the gate was a guy that looked like he had a lollipop head with some hair
Wow.
on the top and a broomstick throat.
Oh,
And it just stuck up out of his t-shirt. I'm very happy to meet you, he said in sort of a French accent. And he ushered me into the room of his friend. In the room, when I stepped in, I stepped on a rug that must have been that thick. It looked like polar bear skin.
wow.
It was enormous. And there, in the middle of this gigantic bed, was a little brown nut. A little brown nut, like a walnut, like this. And it was a woman.
Yeah.
It was a woman.
Oh my
And she said,
gosh.
oh, doctor, I'm so glad you came. And everything was white. You understand what I say? White, white.
Wow.
Bone white.
Wow.
Everything was white except this one little brown nut. And she said, doctor, please take care of me. I feel so bad. So I walked up to her and I felt her pulse and so forth. And I said, I wanted to tell her I'm just a medical student. She says, the doctor says I have very bad ovaries.
Oh.
And I said, well, I'm not going to examine her ovaries because, you know, that's too much for a medical student. But I looked at it and I did like this. And in the right ear of her ear, pus was draining. And I said, doesn't that hurt you? She said, yes, it's from my ovaries.
Oh.
I said, well, please call your doctor
Yeah.
and tell him that your ovaries are draining from your right ear. So she said, I'll do that. I'm so thankful to you. And I said, in the meantime, I'm going to order for you some penicillin,
Oh,
which
good.
was difficult to get in those days.
Really?
And then I held her hand, and I looked around, and here's a Degas,
Wow.
and here's a Nutrillo,
Wow.
here's a Picasso.
Masterpieces. Oh my gosh. And this is when you had your gallery.
Huh?
This is when you had your gallery.
That's not my gallery, it's
Oh,
in her bedroom.
Oh, okay. But you were appreciating art because you had a gallery.
Yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
that I knew the difference between a Nutrillo and a Degas.
Oh my gosh.
I looked over here. I said, these are beautiful, beautiful paintings. She said, yes. I said, you know, I have an art gallery. Oh, she says, you do? She said, listen, I'm so grateful. Why don't you take a couple of them and exhibit in your gallery? I said, are they real? Oh, of course, she said.
Oh my gosh.
I said, well,
what an opportunity.
yeah. I said, I couldn't do that.
Oh.
Oh, yes, you could. I said, what is your name? She said, Peggy. I said, can I call you Peggy? I said, what's your last name? She says, Guggenheim.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, people.
I said, you're Peggy Guggenheim? She says, why, who are you?
Ah.
And that's my story. And she offered me, can you imagine? She offered me that I could take a Degas or a Picasso with me when I went back.
Wow. Oh my god. What a great
Amazing.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
just